Hey, what's going on? It's time for the Real Table Podcast, episode 19. It is Saturday, June 8th. I'm very tired. In fact, I'm probably going to halfway regret recording this because it's so late and I've had such a long day. I've had a long couple days, actually. But long, good days. Well, by good, I'm moving back to my old house, me and my family, and we need to, since we own the old house, we're paying rent at this one, but the other house is paid off, so it's cheaper to live over there. But we need to fix up the house. So me and my dad are going over there, and we're just doing different things. Today and yesterday, well, wait, no. I guess technically, sorry, I just ate Whataburger right now, so I'm probably going to stop talking in the middle of a sentence way more often than I should be. Also, I'm heading back to my house. I just got some fucking Whataburger. Man, hopefully I don't have a fucking heart attack and I have to pull over and record that. That'll be fun. Ah, fuck. It's a pain down the left arm. That's all I know. Anyways, yesterday, so Thursday and Friday, we had to lay laminate floors down, or floorboards, whatever you want to call it, on the ground. It's basically, you lay a piece of flimsy wood down, and then you connect the next row, then the next row, and the pieces. It's almost like a puzzle. It's not hard. It's not easy. It's relatively easy. The hard part is you're on your knees. You have to have knee pads on. I mean, if you don't have knee pads on, that's a suicide mission. And I don't know why you would do that. So really, my dad would. One guy can do it himself. My dad did it himself, and he was miserable doing it. So I was the knee guy. I was on the ground, connecting shit and lining stuff up. But I think my dad had the harder job because he'd have to line everything up and cut everything with a saw. Give me the pieces. I think that one's way harder. I'd rather crawl around on my knees for hours than, do that shit. Because I'm not going to get it right on the first try ever. It would take me like 2-3 tries each and every single time. So, it is what it is. God, this soda's good. So that was Thursday. We went over and did it. We finished the back room. And then what did I do? Oh yeah, then I worked at the restaurant. And that was pretty much it. And then yesterday, woke up again in the morning. Yeah, I went over in the morning. It's getting hot. It's getting over 100. So we're getting to normal average Phoenix summer heat. It's supposed to be 108 next week, which 108 is, I'm not going to say it's not bad, but that's like average. That's what we expect. You live in Phoenix, you expect 110. You expect, for it to top out at 115. All right? The reward is the winter, which is freezing cold to us, but then the dry heat comes and it's like, oh my God, I'd rather have the winter. So we have to, and by the way, we're going to try to move in to this house by the end of the month. So that'll be fun. But yesterday, I went to the house, finished another room. Well, I think that's it. On the laminate floors. And then I got some pizza, watched the Diamondbacks play in Toronto. Diamondbacks hardly ever play the Blue Jays, let alone in Toronto. But we won 8-2. It was a fun game to watch. And then afterwards, me, Alex, and Zane, we all played Minecraft. Well, we went over there, and I got there, then we went to get some Chick-fil-A. Well, they got Chick-fil-A. I didn't get anything since I already ate. I got a Frosty at Wendy's. Then we came back, watched a couple videos, and then we played Minecraft for, I'd say, about 3.5, 4 hours. Pretty consistent. I've been getting back into Minecraft. It's fun. It can be boring. It can be frustrating. The main problem is it just gets boring. It really can be. So you really have to, like, you got to tell yourself what you're going to do. You need to have a goal in mind. You can't go into Minecraft just go like, oh, I'll just, walk around. You're going to get bored. You got to have a game plan. You have to have something in mind. You can't just walk around. It's like everyday life. It's very hard to just wander around, just kind of walk around, not really have a plan, because you're going to get bored. And then boredom is going to lead to depression. And depression, God knows where it can take you. Mainly it takes you down. So in Minecraft, the equivalent is you're bored, then you don't know what to do, then you just quit. You just play another game. It's a lot of fun. I've always had things I wanted to do in Minecraft, but I was never able to. I wanted to make a 24-hour roller coaster, just continuous for one day, and I still have the world. I got like an hour and 40 minutes, hour and 45 minutes on one roller coaster. I timed it. Yeah, imagine timing that thing. Just, starting it and just walking away for literally an hour and a half and coming back and it's still going. It's pretty intense. But anyways, of course you do it on creative mode. I'm not going out and, mining all this shit. No fucking way am I going to do that. So what is it? It is Saturday, like I said before. What are my plans for today? I was supposed to work a morning shift, and then a guy wanted to switch. I'm totally fine with that. And this works out because Diamondbacks play today at 12:07. So instead of working and listening to the game on the radio or watching it at the restaurant, I can watch it at my own house, and then I can go to work. Hopefully, make more money in tips. And then, one of the biggest things I have to report, the St. Louis Blues won Game 5 in Boston. They are up 3-2 and can clinch their first Stanley Cup victory in St. Louis on Sunday. And I don't work Sunday. So I'm very excited to watch this. It's been a strange playoff season for the NHL. Very strange. Strange on many different levels. Strange in what teams got in, how far some teams got. I was not expecting the Hurricanes to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Well, I wasn't expecting Boston either. God, that is good. Whoa, slow down there, buddy. Jeez. Anyways, Coyotes almost made the playoffs too. I don't think Coyotes definitely would not have gotten far if they made it into the playoffs, but it still would have been fun to go to a playoff game. I've been to one playoff game, and it was the Diamondbacks, and they were eliminated by LA, so not very fun. Plus, playoff hockey games, just look really fun, look really intense. And hopefully I can get to go to one before the Coyotes, or when the Coyotes move. So anyways, and not just the teams that made it in the playoffs, but just the calls, man. These refs, like, what the fuck? Are they, like, did they forget to put the contact lenses in, or what? There's some bad calls. And even in Game 5 of the Stanley Cup, Blues and Bruins, there's a bad call. There's a trip. I didn't see it live. I saw a replay of it. But there's a clear Blues player trips a Boston guy. Boston guy goes down. Bruins are kind of like, dude, what are you doing? You just missed that. Blues keep it in play and eventually come back and score and make it 2-0 with like 9 minutes left in the third. And guy had to leave. Went to concussion protocol because he fell and hit his head. On the replay, my dad brought up a good point. It looked like he embellished it, which means he overdid it. And that's a penalty too. But there should have been a penalty for the embellishment and the trip. But there wasn't. So what do? Hey, look, a rabbit. I haven't seen a rabbit here in a while. Throwback to the first Real Table podcast. I guess I can just turn this off. Since I'm not gonna need it. Oh shit! I just threw that away. I needed it. Okay, here we go. What are we at? We're at 91% 2 a.m. Not bad. 10 minutes in. Not bad at all. All right. So, anyways, these refs are making very just either questionable or just flat out bad. They missed it. They missed the hand pass on San Jose that cost the Blues a game in the Western Conference Finals. Vegas got eliminated literally 45 minutes after a bad call made San Jose go on. They got a 5-minute power play and a bad call by the refs. Oh, jeez. That is so good soda, man. You gotta have a soda with a burger. It's just right. Oh, man, it's like borderline criminal. I mean, you have water with a burger. It's just not right. It feels weird. I can do it, but I don't like it. But anyways, so they're one game. I mean, the Blues have been a franchise since 1967 or 68. I think it was 68. I think. 68, 70. It was either 67 or 68, but they've never won it. They're the oldest team to have never won the Stanley Cup. They're not the longest drought, though. The longest drought belongs to the Maple Leafs. I know that. And I think it was a year before the Blues were even a team. So, like 50, or not 50, 67, 66, 67 or something like that. The Maple Leafs haven't even won a playoff series since 2004. But, they're not going anywhere. The Maple Leafs aren't going to move. The Coyotes, every year, it's always like, oh, this could be it. This could be the last season. That's why I hate it. It's really annoying. But these refs, I mean, look, the Blues had a bad call go against them. Now the Blues have a bad call going for them. Give and take. Tit for tat or whatever. But anyways, it's been a strange NHL season. It's been a strange playoff season. And, that's the beauty of sports. It's the beauty and the frustration of being a sports fan. Of any sport. Not just hockey, but in any one of them. Oh, also the Toronto Raptors are one win away from winning their first NBA title. And dethroning and possibly ending the evil empire that is the Golden State Warriors. I mean, good, man. Golden State they can lose for X amount of years. I found out they had an .850 win percentage like 4 years ago. 3-4 years ago. That's unbelievable. .850 win percentage. Think about that. They only had like 7 losses the entire season. 7 or 9. And then I don't even think they won the NBA title. If I'm using that term correct. But still, can you imagine that? Your team has an .850 win percentage and you don't win. Well, actually, that kind of does make sense. If you're a sports fan, you see that shit all the time. Very rarely will the team with the best record actually win a championship. It's actually pretty rare. It doesn't happen that often. The team who usually wins usually has like one of the top 5 best records. It's not the best. You want an example? Look at the Tampa Bay Lightning of the playoffs this year. They were the best team in the NHL. They got swept in the first round by Columbus. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Sorry. Oh, God, that's embarrassing. Hopefully there aren't any ladies listening to this. Anyways, I'm sorry about that. God, that burp, wiped the train of thought. It's just gone. Fuck. I don't know, something about hockey. Anyways, a movie I've been kind of watching scenes of lately. You remember that movie Chicken Run? It was a good movie. I forgot Mel Gibson was in that movie. I was forget. It doesn't really sound like Mel Gibson. It sounds like he's too high. It's too high pitched. To be Mel Gibson. But he did a good job in the movie. Chicken Run's a good movie. It's a dark movie, though. Like, looking back on it, because they're basically treating the chickens like it's like in the Holocaust. They're in a concentration camp. But as a kid, you don't realize that. You don't pick that up. You just think it's chickens on a farm. Whatever. See, I'm saying again. I gotta knock that shit off. If I'm gonna give Bryce Harper shit for saying every sentence, or starting every sentence with then I gotta knock it off too. Because if he starts listening to the Real Table podcast in Philadelphia, then I'm gonna be in real trouble. Speaking of podcasts, last podcast, it was kind of a weird thing. I recorded it, but I uploaded it on a Thursday. So it was recorded on a Wednesday, uploaded on a Thursday. I was actually going to not upload it at all because that bothers me. But if I'm being completely honest, at the very end, where I kind of made the connection of like, where do you find true love? Oh, I think you got to be poor to find it. And then I said, why? I thought that was really clever and funny and stupid in a way, but also kind of witty. I was just so proud of it, I wanted to keep it. So like of the 36 minutes, I think about maybe 10 to 15 minutes was actually good. The last podcast, I apologize, was probably a little uncomfortable, but I was in my room. I was just mad chilling. It was the first time I recorded in my room. I didn't want to have somebody walk by the door and hear me, say anything. It could just sound like I'm on the phone with somebody, but, I'm not. Not on the phone with nobody. Don't answer to anybody. But you know what? I heard they're making a sequel to Chicken Run, which I don't know. I'm glad they're not going to reboot it, but what are they going to make a sequel of? Is it going to be like the same chickens? Because Mel Gibson, I don't think is going to be in it. Well, maybe. No, you remember the whole thing with Mel Gibson? Like every week, I don't remember it because I was too young. I just remember vaguely. I heard a couple things. I remember his name was thrown around. I heard that he's a good actor, but he went crazy. Then I got older and I found out that it's just like, oh, this dude went more than crazy. I mean, he went full on. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck are you holding in on a daily basis, dude? My God, like the voicemails. How one week you would hear it and you're like, oh God, it can't get any worse. And then you'd hear the next part and it was way worse than the last one. Woo-wee. I tried to listen, I couldn't get through it. It's just too much. Mel Gibson is very good at yelling. He's got a really good, like, not just yelling, but like screaming voice. So when you hear him, you hear those voicemails of him like yelling and screaming at the top of his lungs. You just picture Braveheart, yelling and saying all that shit, except without the accent. It's kind of a funny thing when you watch a TV show or a kids movie, mainly a kids movie, animated. Yes, animated, not real life, because animated, you hear an actor let's do Madagascar. You hear Alex is voiced by Ben Stiller, or Marty is voiced by Chris Rock. And then you watch There's Something About Mary or Meet the Parents, and you see Ben Stiller. You close your eyes, you can visualize Alex from Madagascar. I think it's really funny. Sometimes I'll do that. So, I was watching Chicken Run, and I saw Mel Gibson, and I'm like, well, I guess I can try to pretend. I can close my eyes and see, it's Rocky, but no, Rocky's kind of an asshole. lied to all those birds saying that he can fly. That was so stupid. Why the fuck? Just say you can't fly. I mean, yeah, I get it. You wanted to hide and protect them, but couldn't he have just... Look, in theory, couldn't he have just lied and then the next day just bailed? I mean, why did he stay? That just made it worse. He made it harder to leave because he fell in love with Ginger. And then, why the fuck am I talking about Chicken Run? Have I really run out of things to talk about that I'm just talking about kids' movies? And of all movies, Chicken Run, which is a good movie. You know, it's the same company that made Wallace and Gromit. And they had a bunch of animators and editors, I guess. But animators working on set. They said within a week, they would only get a 1 minute done of filming. And I was blown away by that. Because I thought I had read in the past that they would get 1 second of filming done in a day. But, I mean, I don't really know if that's true or not. It can't be. It could be. I mean, think about when you watch a kid's movie like that. Just a simple walking or having a conversation and walking. You got to get every single shot and match it up. That would drive me crazy, to be honest. I feel like I could do it because I am pretty patient with some things. That's funny. I can be very patient, and then other times I can be completely like, let's fucking hurry this shit up. Let's go, let's go, let's go. There's really no in between. Oh, also, I was going to say this before, but I kind of got sidetracked, so I'll bring it up again. But Seattle's getting a new hockey team. Good for them. But I'm really worried about the team names. The team names I'm hearing about them are just not really, they're just not doing it for me. One big rumored name is Totems. You know, the Seattle Totems. I mean totem pole, but Totems, I feel that's kind of a weak name. I feel like they can come up with a better one. And then this is the main one. This is the big one. Sockeyes. Seattle Sockeyes. See, that sounds like a minor league team for any sport. Seattle Sockeyes, I mean, come on. It doesn't sound tough. It sounds kind of cool. It's got the word I in it. But Sockeye? I mean, come on. What is that? You know, a name that's been thrown around. I don't know how serious it's been taken. But Kraken. Seattle Kraken. I think that name would be great. Can you imagine that? Every home game, they show clips of Pirates of the Caribbean. Davy Jones released the Kraken. We who summon the Kraken. No! And all the guys skate out. That would be great. It'd be intense. Imagine a playoff atmosphere. Man, that would be amazing. And of course, it's not going to happen. And then another name I would be fine if they used was Pilots. The Seattle Pilots. Because that was their baseball team. For 1 year in 1969, Seattle had a baseball team, the Seattle Pilots. And then they moved and became the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, how many Brewers fans out there listening to this, how many of you knew the Brewers used to be the Seattle Pilots? You got to be a hardcore fan. Or you need to just not have a life like me. Or you could be both. I don't know. But what would you name the Seattle team? I mean, really, what would you name it? Seattle Grunge? That'd be kind of cool. We already have the St. Louis Blues, so why not the Seattle Grunge? That would be a really funny name, Seattle Grunge. Hey man, you gonna check out that Grunge game tonight? What's the score? The score of that Grunge game. That wouldn't happen. It would have to be some music note. Maybe they could just have Eddie Vedder's face. Or long hair back in the early 90s. As their fucking logo. That would be a cool name though, Seattle Grunge. Alright, but what else? Seattle Needle? Seattle Needles. No, Seattle Needle Pit. They can call their arena the Needle Pit or whatever. I don't know. The Seattle... Oh, what's that mountain? Raynor? It's not Rainer. Rainor. Seattle Rainors. I feel like I'm saying that word wrong. I'm not sure. I wish I could look it up, but I can't. Because I'm fucking using my phone to record right now. Jeez. But you hear rumors. Well, no, not really rumors, but MLB wants to expand. Football wants to expand to like 40 teams or something like that. That's ridiculous. It's already at like 32 or whatever. Baseball's at 30, and they want to expand it to 32. Now the rumors is like, where are they going to go? Where are they going to put a new baseball team? Baseball is a very tricky sport to advertise. Man, I'm going getting stuffed up. Baseball is like, look, you can't gain. Oh my god, my nose. Baseball, you're not going to gain fans. The fans will come to you. That's what I don't like. The fans will go to their favorite sport. All right, you can't go out to the fans. You can't go out and gain new fans. It just doesn't really work like that. You have to let the game play, and the fans will come. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. I don't know why I fell for that. You never trust a burp. But anyways, you can't bend over and change to get, young. Look, baseball games are too long. Dude, football games are 3 hours long too. All right? I don't want to hear that excuse. But you're not going to you're not going to gain new fans because you sped up the game by 5 minutes. Which is what they've been trying to do. They go out and they try to speed the game up, and they'll do like the average for 2018 was 2 hours and 57 minutes. All right, cool. And then this year will be 2 hours and 54 minutes, and you go, that's not gaining any fans. How many fans did you gain from that? It's literally a few minute difference. You're not going to gain any new fan from this. Okay, you got to do a shit ton more to even think about getting new fans, all right? Like I said, it's going to take more than speeding the game up by such a short margin. No one's even really going to notice. Except ball players, and they're not going to like it. Because look, you do need to change a couple things for like pace of play. That's what they call it, pace of play. But, I mean, come on. What the fuck? Oh, it's a motorcycle. Speaking of baseball, there are a couple guys that like royally fucked up. They're like free agents. And this is why I don't understand with free agents. It's all about money. It's not about money. Yeah, it is about the money. You're not going for the culture. Okay, you want the money, all right? There are a couple guys, Craig Kimbrell, Dallas Keuchel. They wanted money. They didn't get it. So, and here's what I don't understand. They didn't get money, and instead of just taking a 1-year contract and just playing their hearts out, proving they are worth it, they decided to not sign with anybody and wait. Wait, and I'll get the contract I want. And it's like, you didn't get the contract you wanted. Really, the teams got it. They kind of won. Because nobody wants to be a free agent in baseball nowadays. This past offseason has proved that. Being a free agent it's a tricky thing. Especially if you're a little bit older than the average folk. And not just older, but if you had a average season and you're a free agent, good luck. You're going to get a minor league deal, man. And start all the way at the bottom and work your way up. I don't fully understand it. Don't fully agree with it, but, it is what it is. Oh, man. So anyways, what do I have going on next week? It's a road trip. I'll probably just be at the restaurant. I'm just trying to work. Just trying to stay busy. Trying to, keep on the positives. I'm trying to be a happier person. I really am. And I've made a few changes over the past couple months. I have felt a little bit of a difference, definitely for the better, but, this is still a lifelong, process or journey or whatever you want to call it or refer to it. But, one thing that I've kind of just, I don't know if like admitted or just kind of accepted is the fact that, I've had a bunch of crushes. I'm not good with women, and it just never seems to work out. So right now, I'm just not focusing on that because in my head, it doesn't work. It's not going to work anytime soon. So what's the point? Sorry, I was stretching. What's the point of worrying about it? There isn't. There's no point of worrying or stressing about something that's sometimes not in my control. And I don't want to hear, it is in your control. You control whether you want to be single or not. Well, yeah, you're kind of right, but at the end of the day, I don't make that call. I don't. I make the call of whether I want to pursue it or not. Okay, fine, but just because I say yes to that doesn't mean anything's going to happen. Even if you want to go to a bar and hook up, there's no guarantee that you will hook up. Maybe you want to, but you didn't find anybody good enough tonight. Or nobody at all. Maybe you had options, but, nothing happened. That kind of stuff happens. I don't even really know where I'm going with this. But anyways, like I said, I'm trying to, just be a happier person. And one thing, like I said a couple minutes ago, was just kind of not admitting that there's nobody out there for me, but just right now, no, there's nobody happening for me right now. Nothing's happening. Nothing's going to happen. And I'm kind of fine with that because, again, my whole attitude has just changed. It's continuing to change every day of, I just don't know if I want to do this, now or really ever. Because it doesn't look, very fun. Doesn't look like it's going to work out. And I'm not just talking about marriage. I'm talking about, long-term relationships or short-term relationships or just anything, But it always gets me where it's just like, girls are just like, yeah, it's hard for, girls to, yeah, in some cases it is hard. But if you really wanted to get some, you could go out and get some, all right? The only way guys can go out and get laid immediately is if they look like Brad Pitt or Matthew McConaughey, all right? It's not going to happen. Because there are girls out there, super hot or super average looking or below average looking that can still get as many guys as they want. Because they just know. They just know. And that's the thing. It's like, when I said before, I don't make the call about if I want to, be with somebody or not. Half the time I really don't. Because think about it. Guy asks a girl out, and the girl says yes or no. Girls don't ask guys out. That's kind of like a social rule for some reason. Because why would that ever happen? Let's have equality in some things, but in some other things, no, we're going to keep that shit the way it used to be because it benefits, one party and not the other. Okay, well, I don't think that's called equality. If it doesn't benefit you, then we're not going to do it. No, that's not being equal. You want equality, you have to be equal, okay? That mean, we're equal, but it doesn't benefit me this time? Okay, I don't want to do it anymore. That's not how it works, all right? And I'm going to stop talking about this before I get too far into the rabbit hole, but I think I'm fine so far. But anyways, Alex, or Corn, of the Corn and Cock podcast, my other podcast. Yes, I am going to double dip and talk about my other podcast on my other podcast. But he was able to edit and upload our game night video of us playing Resident Evil 7. Well, he was playing Resident Evil 7. I was just, sitting, just watching. I helped him out a little bit in some places by telling him what to do, and then he'd do it. But it was a lot of fun. Easily the best game night we've done, and we've only done 3 so far, but that's going to be pretty hard to top. And he didn't want to record. He didn't want to record. And he didn't trust me. And then we filmed it. And, you know, it's just one of those moments where it's just like, you gotta admit, dude, you were wrong. I was right about this, alright? But he uploaded it. It was a lot of fun. It was great. I hope we do more Resident Evil 7 Let's Plays in the future because it's a really fun game. But you know what? I'm very tired, so I'm going to have to cut this one just a little bit short. But you know we got to get to the 36-minute mark. I just got to get to sleep earlier and earlier and earlier. Jeez, I can't even talk. But I'll tell you this. Jeez. This soda is very good right now. Best soda I've had in a while. Alright, that's the podcast. I'll see you next Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in. Watch Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals on Sunday. And if not, maybe on Wednesday, Game 7. So before then, the next time I record, there will be a winner. Unless I record Wednesday morning, in which case there won't be. But we'll take it from there. Jeez, that's 3. I gotta stop before I record burp again. Alright, that's gonna be it. Bye.